wind, straightforward, eyes on the climbing. I decide no matter the climb.
Hello and welcome to or back to the Thread Life. In today's video, we'll be getting into this faux highlights quick weave brought to you by YGWIGS. I'll be using their hair, and without further ado, you already know we're getting right into it. First things first, for the unboxing, I received some lashes, a comb, a braider's ring, and an edge control brush, as well as some clips. For the hair, we have all body wave. We have 2 bundles of 20 inch and then 1 bundle of 22. The 27 color is in 20 inches, but I knew that I wanted dimension in my faux highlights, so I cut the bundle in half, clipped it up, and now we're going to get into a little bit of color, but we're going to do it the lazy way. First, going in with a bleach bath and 40 and 30 volume developer all mixed in. I use Draco, but you could use just about anything, and I wouldn't recommend using your good bleach powder for this step. I just used what I had, and I used some hot water, but you don't want to put that much in it. And I just submerged the bundle into the mixture for about an hour, but you want to watch it. And then I'm going to tone it with my T18 Wella toner and a 20 volume developer, and I just set that on the hair for about 15 minutes before going in with my purple shampoo and conditioner. And whenever you're hand painting on the hair, you want to go in sideways at an angle with your brush to make sure that you're opening the hair up and you're getting the highest level of saturation so that you don't have any splotchiness. Now for the install, I did a piece of a braid down, just some chunky braids going down and interlocking them at the base. When it comes to a quick weave, a lot of people don't even do a braid down, they just slick it into a bun. Whatever you do, just make sure it's flat. And right here, I'm just telling y'all, not too much on my braid down, not too much, okay? Now for the caps, you'll see that I thought I was going in with 2 for double the protection, and you'll also see in a second why that just did not seem to work out. It kept popping off, so after a while I just said forget it. But you want to outline that leave out so you don't get any glue or molding gel on your actual hair that you're going to leave out at the top, and that will serve as your guideline on where to place that last track as well as where to cut your actual cap. Again, you can use 2 caps if you want double layers of protection, but you can see here that I said just never mind, don't even worry about it. So we're going to go in with our protective shield to protect the hair from any glue, and I'm just pouring mine directly on to the braids, and then I like to go in with a color brush after to get it smooth and down for 1 layer. And once I finish applying all of this, I like to go in on top of that with some Got2b hairspray. I forgot to cut my ear holes out, so I'm just going to do that right here and continue applying the protective shield all over. And like I said, I just like to go in with the Got2b spray on top of it just to make sure that the protection is there. And once I get that applied, I'm going to sit under the dryer for about 15 minutes until it's hard and dry to touch. Now I'm cutting off the excess caps. You see the dimension in the color. I love it down. The formula for a fire quick weave is to measure, cut, glue, and apply. So first you're going to measure your first track, and once I have it cut, I'm going to go in with my glue and apply the track. You want all of your tracks to lay in a U shape. You'll see that because this was the first track that I went in with my blow dryer, but I'm not going to do that for every single track, only the ones that are on the outer area. But next I'm going to go in with a color track, and I'm just going to alternate between the natural color and the blonde colors to get the faux highlights look. That's how you achieve it, just by alternating, and naturally the highlights come into play. Once you get above your ear, you want to take that track all the way around so that you can get that heavy side part in your face look. This is essential for the side part installs. And you see I used the blow dryer because it was the first track going all the way across my face. So we use the blow dryer. I personally like to use the blow dryer on my nape track, the first track going on the side part, and on my very last one, because otherwise a quick weave is not quick and you end up spending more time blow drying and blow drying and blow drying than you do on the install itself. My preferred way of doing it is to just install all of the tracks and then sit under the dryer for about 5 minutes once I'm done. That way everything can melt right into place and solidify. I also want to address the clip where you saw me melting the track with a flat iron. That's just a method that stylists use to help the track to lay even flatter because the weft is made thinner rather than thick and it lays flatter. So from here on out, you're just going to continue in that U shape, closing out that gap until you get to the last and final track.
My third trimester, shift eyes, they tell me you lying. Don't care, just lay him beside me. Hey time, chasing the rewind. Hey time, I need more space and security. I need less voices, just you and me. I need your touch, not just scrutiny.
Now that we're on that last one, I always melt the very last track with the flat iron like I was previously telling y'all, and I blow dry that one before I put it on just because it's so close to my leave out. I don't want any of the glue to run into my leave out, so I'll hit it with the blow dryer for about 5 seconds and then carefully place it taut right up under my leave out before hitting it with the blow dryer once more. And this is how much hair I had left, so I got a good amount of hair in there. Now for this leave out, let's talk about the leave out. Learn from my lesson, do not do this much leave out with a quick weave. It's not necessary. Make sure that you have just enough to cover those tracks and keep it moving, baby, because you will end up fighting for your life to blend it. Y'all are going to see the solution I ended up coming up with later on in this video, so stay tuned because I did a thing. I did a thing. But anyway, we're blending off that leave out. After some heat protectant is applied, just going in with my mini flat iron as well as my big flat iron. Once we get that nice and blended, I'm going to go in with my wax stick to blend it even more, and then I'll check back in with y'all when it's time to cut some layers.
Squeezing too tight, boy, you lose me. Boy, you lose. You better learn how to face it. She's gone girl. She's gone girl. Never replace it. She's gone girl. Gone girl. You better learn how to face it. She's gone girl. She's gone girl. Can't think it's too hard to cross.
Now before we get into these layers, let's really talk about it. It's another not too much on me moment. My scissors, my shears for bundles gave out on me as I was doing this, and I couldn't find my others. So guess what? We have to go in with what we had, which are these kitchen turned filming room scissors that were there. And as you can see, they did what needed to be done. Okay, with that disclaimer out the way, you want to pull your hair out and comb. You want to cut in a downward motion, starting at the point where you want your shortest layer going all the way down to the length of the hair. And a good rule of thumb is to start wherever your leave out stops so that it can match up with your natural hair really nicely and everything can flow. But if you want body, you want curls, then layers are non-negotiable. You got to have them. And once you cut them, you see how I'm just pulling it out to see where they're sitting. That's how you check your work. And you just want to continue taking sections all around your hair. Don't skip a beat, don't skip a section, and cutting in that same downward motion. And if you want more layers, you pull the hair out even more. I pulled mine at maybe a 45-degree angle, but when you're really trying to get deep layers, then you can pull it either straight up or straight out to the side at a 90-degree angle. But once we get those layers in, you'll see that they will pop with the curls.
I'm just tired of repeating my diet. Trying to find deeper meaning in nonsense. Trying to grow without hating the process. Tired of anticipating the worst, yeah. Still anticipating the worst. I need more space and security. I need less voices to kill me. I need your touch, not your scrutiny. You're squeezing too tight, boy, you lose me.
Now that we have our layers and our edges laid, I'm going in with my curling iron and I'm going to curl all of the curls away from my face and pin them to cool so that they can set in nicely. And I just let them cool in the pins until I finish my makeup, and we'll come back when it's time for the takedown.
You're squeezing too tight, boy, you lose me. Boy, you lose. touch that fine for you. I do that 3-4 times again, I testify for you. I told I like you, that I do it all and I'm around, you scared to do it. I'm not, as long as you joking now in for me, I ain't got it. Mobbing, scheming, looting, hide your body.
That all of the curls are out, I'm just going through with a wide tooth comb to group the curls together and give it more of a cohesive wave. And then I'm going to comb back away from my face to get the bang together before I set it with these cute little clips. These are the clips that you've probably been seeing all over socials, but they just help your bang to lay exactly how you want it to lay. And if you set it with some hairspray, it'll keep it intact.
Dreaming about me ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose?
Here is the final look, and as you can see, we love her. This faux highlights trend, I just want to say whoever came up with this, shout out to you, Miss Girl, because we love her down, okay? The 20 and the 22 inch ended up being a good length, and here's a view of the back. Now, I will say this. I was not able to get my leave out in formation, and TikTok influenced me to put a little bit of relaxer on that leave out. So here's how I ended up on day 3 once I had it super laid, and I have no regrets. All of the hair information will be down below as always. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Later.
You just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't